Luca Brasi swims with the fishes. We handled it. I'm just saying, we gonna put in the work, and all I'm saying is Luca Brasi is gonna swim with the fishes. It's okay. We ain't gonna say we don't say too much over here, just a little over there, a little over here. But we made one phone call and, leave the gun, grab the cannoli. Cause we really think we in the Sopranos. We in the Sopranos right now. That's why I did it. We in the Sopranos. So, I don't know how long it was gonna be. Just wanted to get my thoughts out about it. So I was watching Joe Budden's podcast. And there's a part in it. It's a pretty good podcast episode. They didn't speak about M or the whole, because when he speaks about M, it gets me upset. Not because, I just am protective of M. I'm not. It's because, boy, you got a lot to say for somebody who don't hop in the booth, man. Please, just shut up about the whole situation forever. You lose. I'm sorry, you lose. What makes you lose even more is the fact that you keep acknowledging it outside of rap. You've lost. Period. But I was listening to it. Then there's a part of it that kind of threw me off a little bit. It's a part that a lot of y'all been asking me about, a part I've been seeing people make videos about. I didn't want to do something too crazy. I just wanted to say how it is. So, Joe Budden said that he talked to Diddy. Now, Joe Budden works for Diddy. He has a show on Revolt. So he is under Diddy's umbrella as of right now. So he's talking to Diddy about the M situation, of course. And Diddy says he's going to handle that. And he tells Joe, you can tell people, you can say it on your podcast that you're going to handle it. That lets me know that Joe said, oh, can I tell him? Can I tell him? Can I tell the world? How corny that is to me is just like the levels of corn. First of all, Joe, for somebody who's not fighting back, you too excited about what someone else is going to do to somebody. And you can pretend like, oh, I wasn't excited. I'll just say, yes, you were. Stop it. Not everybody is stupid. Not everybody doesn't. I understand psychology. Trust me. You care. You were excited. Second of all, and this is still on Joe, why are you the person to deliver that? MGK is signed to Diddy. MGK went into lyrical war with M. MGK actually grabbed his nuts and said, I might not beat you, but I'm gonna swing back. And I'll forever respect MGK for that. But why is the person that wants no smoke the person who's closest to the fire? I'm in my bag. I'm in my bag. I'm in my duffel right now. That was a bar. That was a low-key bar. So, I wonder if Joe understands how that comes off. I know Joe understands how that comes off, because even in the studio, in that episode, he said something about, I can understand why people just like, shut up, because I'm not saying anything lyrically. And Joe's one of those people, I can't stand this trait in people. I'm not saying I can't stand Joe, just this trait. I can't stand that trait where people think that if you acknowledge the BS you do, then that makes it okay to keep doing it. There's a lot of people like that. PewDiePie, shout out to PewDiePie, but he's 100%. His whole I only use PewDiePie because he was the first example I thought of outside of Joe. Watch a PewDiePie video. What he'll do is everything that people use as a gripe or a complaint against him, what he does is satirize it, but continues to do it. That doesn't make it okay. That doesn't make it okay. And to smart people, you realize that actually shows more that person might have a problem beyond just being a douche. Like a serious psychological problem. So, Joe acknowledging, hey, you know, I'm not in the booth, so why am I talking? Let me shut up forever. And then laughing it off doesn't make you any more of puss. Doesn't make you, any less puss. Doesn't make you any less buns as a rapper, as a man. It just doesn't. Like, you definitely still look a type of way having all your responses to M be gossip blogs, basically. Because Joe, a year ago, would have said that was crazy. And I know you could be like, well, I'm not the same person from a year ago, I evolved. No. Just because you lost a trait in yourself doesn't mean it's evolution. That's another thing people usually like to do. They look at themselves a year later, and there's things they don't do, and then people be like, yeah, you want the old me, give my old albums. Nah, that doesn't mean that there wasn't good traits you had back then. Doesn't mean that. But let's really talk about that kit and caboodle right here, the whole thing right here. I find it weird, right, that Diddy gets accused of setting up a hit on somebody on a record by, people would consider that like mob stuff, like, setting up a hit on Tupac would be some crazy stuff to be accused of, right? I find it weird how your rebuttal is essentially implying you kind of gonna set them up. Now I know you can say, I know what you can say, and especially how Joe was setting it up. That's where he messed up, because he's like, I'm not gonna talk about this anymore. It's getting real. We are not stupid. You could pee down my leg and tell me it's raining all day. Never gonna believe you. I'm an entertainer too. The reason I do this YouTube stuff is because I like to give people the entertainer's psyche, the entertainer's breakdown of why we do certain things and how we do those things. What their whole crust, what Joe and Diddy will lean on is the fact that he didn't openly just come out and say, I'm gonna make a hit, I'm gonna do a hit. Because they think we're stupid, all right? As a consumer, let me not say we. Well, that he looks at me as a consumer. They look at the average consumer as stupid. They will consume what we give them. So I could say I'ma handle somebody. We all know what that means. You can have Joe be on his podcast talking about he doesn't want to talk about it because it might be that serious, and then they're gonna double back and tell us, oh, I didn't say I was gonna do anything. Why is everybody blowing out of proportion? Bet you it's gonna be something like that. Because they think we do not have the ability to use context clues. They think we don't have the ability to catch the vibes that they put off. Essentially what happened here is your rebuttal to Eminem saying you set up Tupac is you saying that you might set up Eminem. Because we know you're not gonna do nothing, Diddy. And I'm not saying you a punk, because Diddy's not a punk. Diddy will hit you with a kettlebell. He ain't playing around. Diddy is far from punk. Far from punk. Far from punk. Let me say that again. Diddy is far from punk. Believe it or not, crazy story is, I'm not even gonna say this because it's kind of gossipy, but I've never met Diddy in person, but I've seen him, like, I know somebody used to, like, FaceTime him and stuff like that and talk to him and stuff. But I never talked to him. I wish I could have. I still wish I can. I respect Diddy. What are we talking about? But I think this is a weird move. If you want people to think, or if you're so mad that someone would accuse you of setting up Tupac, your answer can't be something that somebody may interpret as you setting up Eminem. Because what you just did now is, if something happens to Eminem, you just opened up the same exact conspiracy bag that they had for Pac. Matter of fact, there's gonna be a way deeper conspiracy bag because you said it. People was blaming you for Pac's death because y'all was beefing. You said it. Why, as the intelligent businessman as you are, as the music mogul as you are, as the hip hop royalty you are, why would you say that? I'll tell you why Diddy said that, because Diddy's a smart man. Well, maybe Diddy didn't fully think it out because he might not have thought, he'd probably think, oh, nothing's gonna happen to M in any time. But I'm gonna tell you, anything happens to M period, people are gonna go back to Diddy, by the way. I'm just gonna say that. He's thinking that, excuse me. He's saying that knowing he's not gonna do anything. That's a fact. No intelligent human being threatens people out loud. No businessman who's worth what Diddy's worth threatens people out loud, then fulfills those threats. That would make me no longer believe Diddy was as intelligent as he said he was. It would start making me think, okay, so who was his handlers? Who helped him get here? Because a man who would throw that all away in that situation to do that is not the man who is intelligent enough to stay in the game for as long as he has, maneuver through the game, have some of the biggest acts ever. Nothing's gonna happen to M. But I think the implication is where you mess yourself up. Believe it or not, I'm not even mad at Diddy. I'm not mad at Diddy at all. That's a little weird, but hey, he gotta protect himself somehow. He don't really rap. He ain't going against M. He gotta say something. Probably was joking. We don't even know the tone in which he said it. The person I'm mad at is Joe, because Joe was the conduit of the message. He got the message through you, through how you said it, through what you implied. To me, what you implied is M might get hurt. Put in the comment section what you think. Thank you for everybody who was in my live stream last night. We were raising money from my Strictly for the Fans, or Signed to My Fans EP, and thank you for everybody who donated. It's coming. I'll be live streaming on Monday, 8 p.m. Just letting everybody know from now until the EP drops, every donation is going to be going towards pushing the album, promoting it, artwork, all that stuff. We gonna get it done. We gonna get it done. Thank you guys for everything. My name is Scru. I'm pretty freaking awesome, but I won't be anything without you, the SJ Nation, and I love you.